Hey guys, what is up? It's DaddaMonster from DaddaMonster Customs. I know what you're asking yourself. Why are you on YouTube? You know what? It's fair enough to ask yourself that because I have no clue. Just kidding. While I may do some of my customizing stuff on this channel, maybe whipping chats or even like just go over some of the pieces I've done, my main reason for this channel is when it comes to buying your pops, I want to cover, I'm going to call it the pop market instead of the stock market. See what I did there? And then also upcoming pops that Funko has just announced that are coming out. Just kind of give you guys a heads up. When the COVID hit, I had lost my job. This is before I started customizing. But what I did do was consolidate my pop collection. Over the course of the last 15 months, my collection has only increased in number by 6 total pops. But what I did do was take the ones I had that I didn't have intrinsic value to, that I just wanted to move on from, and got rid of those and instead invested them in ones that I thought would make me money. It's a way to fuel you being able to buy the ones you really want, maybe some of the grails, but also just moving along from ones you don't want. For example, I mean, I am a Star Wars fan. I'm not tethered to the Ahsoka character really at all. I never watched Rebels or any of those shows. I did watch Mandalorian, which Rosario Dawson was awesome as Ahsoka. But what I did do was buy all the Ahsoka ones because I read all the rumors that she was going to be on the show. She was going to be on the show. So what happened was I went on eBay and saw that these were going for roughly anywhere between $20 to $40 for the expensive ones, down to like 10 or 15 for the less expensive ones. I believe there's 4 in the set, or 3. I can't remember off the top of my head. And of course, I'm not pulling up my pop price guide while we're here. But I ended up buying into all of them for 50 or 60 bucks. And right now, 2 of them alone are worth right around $200. So that was a smart move by me. I still have them. I'm waiting to see when they announce her show is coming out exclusively. That's when I will probably move on from them. Another perfect example would be the WandaVision show. If you had any of the older Vision pops or the Scarlet Witch pops from the original Avengers movies, those went through the roof. Now, they've come down a little since then, but if you know something's coming out, get in on it early. If you wait till after it comes out and it has taken off, you may be able to make a couple bucks here and there, but you're not going to make what you should be making. Same with Loki. Loki starts, I believe, next week. It's coming up soon. I know it's in June. But those pops, once you may still be able to get in on them now, but once that show comes out, they are going to go through the roof, just like the WandaVision, just like the Winter Soldier pops. Falcon pops didn't really go up too much. There's not a whole lot of them either. And don't wait for the new series of those to come out because those are going to be so mass produced, you're not going to be able to really do anything with them. Now, if you collect them, by all means, collect them. There's a few examples of pops coming out for my pop market that I want to let you guys know about. For along the lines of the Mandalorian or the Ahsoka is the Grand Admiral Thrawn. More than likely, he is going to be the baddie for this coming season. The pop is not an inexpensive pop. I believe there's 2 different versions. One's $180. One is closer to $300. Now, if you take the Ahsoka factor into that, if the person they get to play Thrawn, now they keep everything under wraps with the Mandalorian, but if the person they get to play Thrawn does a great job and they make the character phenomenal, which what hasn't Jon Favreau made phenomenal? I mean, even if you go back to his early work as Swingers and Made, he's a phenomenal director. So I would expect him to cast Thrawn and have Thrawn be phenomenal. I will use the word phenomenal a little more. But I digress. But Thrawn's pop, while $180 is roughly on the cheap end, you could probably get in on it, you know, if you wait for an auction on eBay instead of a buy it now. I've seen some end in the 150 to 170 range. Buy it now is usually right around 210. I would see that pop, that $180 one, because it's going to be the more affordable of the two, getting closer to the $280 one. The $280 one really doesn't have a whole lot of room to move, so I would say that could be closer to $350. I don't know if you would double your money off a Thrawn, but you'd be looking at making yourself $100. If you're a Mandalorian fan and you want that Thrawn, get in on it now because it's not going to be cheaper. Now, another thing, this is a personal collection for me, but it's another good idea. They announced the new Parks and Rec pop figures. Now, I know I said earlier, if there is new editions of figures, do not buy them because they are so mass-produced. That I stick by that theory. But the older Parks and Rec figures, especially now that Peacock has come out on NBC, with NBC and Parks and Rec is free. That's how I watched it. I never watched the show beforehand, and now I love it. But Parks and Rec, for example, the older figures, once these new pops come out, people are going to go, oh, I want the old ones. The old ones are not cheap. They're not. The Amy Poehler character, that's a $90 to $100 pop. Lil Sebastian's a $70 to an $80 pop. They're not cheap. I think two of the guy who plays Star-Lord, can't think of his name. Chris Pratt, thank you. That's my wife. If you hear any voices off to the side, that's my wife.
Hi, people.
Hi, people. But Chris Pratt, I can't think of his name on the show either. Man, I'm dumb. Andy, thank you. Thank you again, my beautiful wife.
You're welcome.
But Chris Pratt's character, Andy, some of those are crazy expensive. I think one's like $5,000. Don't worry about that. Worry about getting the base characters, even like the Ron Swansons. Get the big ones. I think the 2-pack, I think that may go up quite a bit because people are going to get reinvested, and that's the only Jean-Ralphio figure, and the only Aziz Ansari figure, which I can't remember any of the character names, and I'm dumb. But I can see that going through the roof. And like me, I want the old ones. I have some of the old ones, and I want to get the new ones too. I'm not moving them. I'm keeping them. If it has intrinsic value, if you love it, keep it. Do not move it. Another one, think Marvel, when we were talking about Scarlet Witch and Captain America and the Winter Soldier and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Think of this. They announced the next expansion for the Marvel, the new phase. But they acquired the rights for Fantastic Four and X-Men. Now, they are slowly going to work their way into movies. Doctor Strange is rumored to be in the X-Men or Fantastic Four is rumored to be in the next Doctor Strange. Thor: Love and Thunder just finished taping. So, it's going to be a while till it's edited, put out in theaters, yada, yada, yada. But they could easily work X-Men or Fantastic Four into that also. Who knows? They kind of keep things like this under wraps. But if you get into I wouldn't even, because some of them are crazy expensive. Not Fantastic Four necessarily, but the X-Men, some of them can get pretty expensive, especially like Wolverine, stuff like that, some of the older ones. But if you get into some of the cool ones, the Old Man Logan ones, Logan where he has like the wife beater on, Doctor Doom is one of my favorite villains, so get into his stuff before he really lands in the Marvel Universe. Stuff's still semi-cheap. I mean, some of them are expensive, but most of them are semi-cheap, so get into those before they take off. Also, with the Disney Plus, She-Hulk, there is a She-Hulk show coming out. Everybody loves the Hulk, and you very infrequently have heroines. Now, Scarlet Witch, perfect example. Her pops took off. She-Hulk is a character. The actress who's playing her is perfect for the role. But She-Hulk is a kind of an unknown character. They really haven't covered her much in the Marvel Universe. Think of your Luke Cages, your Jessica Jones, how popular they became after the show took off. And their pops, while inexpensive now, it was also Netflix and not Disney. And it was also, there really wasn't older pops for it to go up against. So people were pre-ordering them coming out, everything like that. So, I believe there was a Luke Cage older one, but it was like comic booky, not, Netflix showy. Whatever, I don't even know. But that's another big one that's coming out, She-Hulk. I invested in all those. They're like $10 a piece. There's 3 different ones. There's a red She-Hulk and 2 green She-Hulks. I believe one glows in the dark, or I forget the difference between the 2 green ones. But I bought one of each of them just because I like regular Hulk. She-Hulk's not one of my favorite. I never liked the story arc they have her in. But I mean, if I can move them for a Red Hulk, or, that just came out, the Chase that people are going nuts over, something like that in the future, I will gladly do that. Another thing to keep in, another coming out this month, or June, sorry, is the Seinfeld Pops. Seinfeld is as iconic gets when it comes to pop culture. This is much awaited. Everybody's been waiting for Seinfeld, including me. So this, for me, is one of those I will keep. I will not move. But keep an eye out for the exclusives. There's going to be, I believe, 2 or 3 on the Funko site when they come out. And we all know how tough those are to come by, especially for set collectors like me that are going to be looking to complete their set. There's a couple Target exclusives. I know there's the Kramer with the Kramer, where he has the giant picture behind him. It's super awesome. But keep an eye out for the Seinfeld exclusive. Those are going to be the more cherished ones of the set, because the people that are, getting all 16 of the Pops, there's a lot of them at launch. People that are doing all 16, they're going to want to get them all. And all of a sudden, those exclusives are going to be super hard to find. So don't take the Funko Shop ones from me. Don't do it. Okay. So we're going to move on now to what's upcoming for Funko. Well, they announced a lot of Halloween stuff, which is right up my alley. I'm a horror movie fan. Seriously, like, I get giddy when it comes to the horror pops. I saw they announced a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Sam from Trick or Treat, which the head sculpt on that looks awesome. There's a show called Mandy. I don't know if it's an anime or if it's a show or a movie. I'm honestly not sure. I really haven't looked it up, but there is a chase included in that set. It may be something I look into. It may not be something I look into at all. Who knows? Let me know down below if you think it's a pretty dope show and the DaddaMonster should watch it. Also, let me know if it's an awful show and DaddaMonster shouldn't watch it. There's also a bunch of new Office Pops coming out. As a fan of Parks and Rec, I really wish they would bring out, like, even a quarter of the Pops that The Office has. Like, this will only give Parks and Rec, I believe, 11 or 12 Pops. I think this series alone of The Office has 6 or 7 Pops in it. It's ridiculous. I'm glad I never watched The Office, never got into it, so that way I don't have to buy all the Pops. There's an Evil Dead, which is awesome. There's the regular version, then the Chase is bloody and awesome. I went on Chalice I know they just announced these a couple days ago. I went on Chalice Collectibles today once I remembered I want to pre-order it. And I'm not sponsored by Chalice Collectibles either. But I went on Chalice to buy them, and it was sold out. Alright, so I go on Big Bad Toy Store, my second. Nope, sold out. Damn it. So then I go on Big Apple. And why? I've ordered from Big Apple in the past. They take eons to send out your product. But I want to be guaranteed it. I don't want to have to go searching for it. Alright, I'm going to pre-order it with the Chase. Now, another thing I can do is I could go to the GameStop where I pre-order all my Pops from. People, pre-order your Pops. For the love of God, just pre-order your Pops. If you want it, you're going to get it. Put $5 down and just pre-order your Pops. But I digress on that. But I could always order a couple there. Usually I pre-order, if it's a Chase, I pre-order in batches of 3. That way the odds of getting a Chase are 50-50. The manager there is super cool. So if I don't get the Chase, I just pick up the one that wasn't. Pick up one, and then the other 2 I move on to future Pops. That's, work with your GameStop manager and they will take care of you, with the Chases. But the Evil Dead is awesome. There's also a new Universal Monsters line, which I saw Wolfman, I believe Bride of Frankenstein. There was one I thought was a Dracula, but it's actually a Dungeons and Dragons that comes with a 20-sided dice, which is kind of cool. It's not really my thing, but it's super dope. The packaging on it looks awesome. So that's really all I had to cover right now with you guys. If you watch this all 14 minutes and 26 seconds and we're ongoing, I appreciate you guys watching this. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. Be nice in the comments, guys. Realize I'm doing this to try to help you guys out, and also I look for you guys to try to help me out when it comes with things. Let's make this community a better community. I'm a member of a lot of the pages on Facebook, and some of the stuff that goes on there, it's just, we don't treat people like people sometimes, and it's ridiculous. It's Funko, you know, we're all looking for the same thing. We're all looking, you know, for what we collect. But yeah. But if you haven't checked me out on Instagram, please do that. It's DaddaMonster Customs, or just DaddaMonster. I am DaddaMonster Customs. I'm actually the only trademarked Funko customizer. You can check that out on the Trademark Bureau. I've only been doing this for a year, and I'm over 200 custom pops. So I've been quite busy. As you can see, I'm also into other things. There's a bunch of Marvel Legends up here. There's a couple Infinity Gauntlets. Metric crap ton of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff over there. So I'm into all kinds of things pop culture. My wife is helping me with this channel because she has a YouTube channel. I do not. If you or your significant other or anyone you know diamond paints, check out Life with Lindsay on YouTube and also Instagram. I have my Etsy shop set up. If you guys need to, you know, link anything, I can put it down below in the comments. But thank you guys for joining me. I rambled for another minute and a half, so I apologize. But anyway, guys, I had a great time here. I hope to be doing this once a week. I hope to throwing up some whip-in chats, maybe even some stuff I'm looking forward to doing. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and take care of each other, all right? Oh my gosh, quick, I'm back. My wife, who's a YouTube person, let me know I never asked you guys to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell.
Ding.
Perfect. And alerts you when I put up new videos. If you like stuff like this, definitely subscribe. Shout me out to people you know. Now I'm definitely going to let you go, okay?
And like this video.
And like this video. Like your life depends on it. Because it just might. You never know what's going on in this world. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And, yeah, bye-bye.